there, though.
Oh yeah. You know the funny part about this, you'd be like, oh, anxiety until you put the headphones on. You'd be like, all right, let's go.
Ron and broke up the Broly today.
That's a Patek.
Petite.
It's a petite. It's a petite.
Clean.
Oh man, that's hilarious. It'd be so funny, man. You be having anxiety until you get in this joint. You still have anxiety, and then you put this on, you be like, I'm good.
Yeah, it turned out a little bit.
It's so weird.
It is, though. I can imagine it for rappers, though, like going up in here, hearing yourself talk like,
I couldn't imagine, dude. That'd be crazy.
Facts.
Oh, good to go. All right, guys. This is podcast The Jewels number 3.
Episode 3, let's go.
Episode 3 with Ron Call and the GOAT, Chris Keller, to my left.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for tuning in the show. You're a part of our community and family here. We hope to serve you and add as much value to your lives as you've added to ours. Our goal is to provide you with the tools, resources, insight, and mindset needed to succeed in real estate, entrepreneurship, and personal development. We give you the tools to find the jewels that are buried within yourself.
Yes, sir. The jewels.
The jewels. Today we have a hot topic. How to literally buy a house with no money down.
Easy work.
Back in the Carlton Chic days. Like, no money down, right?
No money down. For real, though.
Exactly. For real, though,
no
this time.
Down.
Yeah, because when back in the day when I first got in the game, we had Carlton Chics, and I can't even think who else. Who was the old people that we had back then?
What, like real estate game wise?
Yeah, who was the guy? It was Carlton Chics with all his CDs.
I know Nick
Reese.
Nick Ruiz, though. That was one of my cats, though. I used to watch a lot.
Okay, yeah.
A few different cats.
But yeah, like when I was trying to do it, none of it made sense. Like, oh yeah, just do this. Real easy. I'm like, it ain't easy, bro.
It ain't cake work, though.
It ain't cake work. So I'm gonna ask Chris, how he put his first deal together, and I'm gonna tell you how I bought my first deal. So you said you did yours. How did you get your first deal done?
So we talking about a wholesale deal? Or?
Nah, we talking about you buying, because we buying them now.
Oh, so my first boy. Okay,
yeah,
so
we buying
my first buy, the way how I routed it, I was talking to one of my investors. His name's T1.
Okay.
And me and T1, we was going back and forth on this one property, and it had came to a situation to where he was obviously ready to sell it. Purchase price was like $8K on it.
Okay.
Or whatnot. So what I did was I had about $4,000 already saved up.
Okay.
Then I utilized my 401k.
Yeah.
Took out $4,000 from there. I figure, hey, if I take out 8K from $4K from the 401k and pay myself back, I can probably make about $650, $700 a month off this rental.
Okay.
So I took that. I bought that for $8,000. I put probably about $3,000 into it.
Okay.
And now it generates me about $650 a month.
Nice, easy win.
Yeah.
So the play, like my vision is to give you guys the play, like we'll run the play. So the play is, if you have your job, leverage your 401ks.
Most definitely. Yeah.
Leverage your investment vehicles. You can talk to your financial advisor about that, you know what I mean? Or whatever, your HR department. Because like what I've learned is a lot of us don't know how to access this stuff.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't even know what they got in the 401k.
Man,
you know what I mean?
Chris is not lying.
You want to check that out, though, because for housing, if you're using it to get a purchase or to purchase a home, you can get it out with no taxes on it. You know
I didn't know that you didn't get taxed. I thought that every time you touch the 401k, they penalize you.
Not if you going to purchase your house, but you got to have proof. You got to have proof that you're purchasing a property, though.
That's a jewel.
They give it to you for free.
I did not know that. That's a super jewel.
Yeah, and it's your money, yeah.
That's
so most definitely, yeah. Utilize that 401k because it just made sense to me, though. So I was paying, I think it's like $98 a week or whatnot.
Okay.
To the 401k to rebuild it back up. But it made sense. Like my property will pay me times two,
way more,
way faster though. You know what I mean? So I was like, I can have y'all $4,000 paid back in 650 times what?
Exactly.
Half a year. You know what I mean? I can pay that back, and everything on top of that was just overhead.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
That's the beauty of, I don't want to say cheaper properties, but if you can get like I want to give you guys a master jewel here. If you're living in San Diego, you're probably not going to be able to do this without cash. It's not going to happen. So I tell everybody,
it's tougher.
It's tougher. So if you're in those type of markets, you have to use a different strategy to get a no money down deal. You're going to have to actually work with seller financing. And I'm going to deep dive into that to give you every strategy and game. That way you can literally get in a house with no money down.
Most definitely. Yeah.
So my first property.
Let's hear about it, right?
Exactly. My first property actually, when I got back down here to Ohio, because I became a nurse.
Okay.
So I ended up leveraging my nursing job, and I ended up leveraging local lines of credit.
Okay.
So that's what I was like. That's how I really learned the
American Express.
Exactly, how to turn credit into cash.
Exactly,
you know what I mean? That's
yeah.
what I was like. Oh, okay, I got some game here. But what I learned was just like you have to get your credit as good as possible.
Yes, most definitely though.
People
700 and up.
Yeah, you got to have a great credit score.
Yeah.
And then another thing is like we were talking about so I bought that with the line of credit, right? So I went to the bank, took my paycheck stubs, my W-2s. They literally got me a line of credit for like $20,000. And I was like, oh, I'm in the game.
Swipe that thing off.
Like, yep, I'm in the game.
So let me ask you this though, Ron, too. So for your first credit card, with you having good credit, what kind of limits do they give you like for that?
That's a great question, Chris.
Yeah.
With the limits, the game with the limits is it's about your trade lines you currently got.
Okay, yeah.
So if you got a credit card with a $500 limit, they probably gonna double you $1,000.
Exactly.
So the secret hack is with this play is you want to go ahead and get your credit cards, and you want to increase those limits.
Right, by purchasing trade lines to add on to your credit.
You can purchase trade lines. That's the easiest way to come up like, oh, I got trade lines of $30,000 on there, and they see you managing it well.
Right.
That's a hack. But
exactly.
if you can't do that, my vision, I always tell people, get you a Capital One first.
Yeah.
And then get you a Chase card because they're a little bit higher.
Okay.
And then once you get your stuff together on those two cards, you can go ahead and get an American Express.
Exactly. It's levels to it.
It's levels to the game.
And two, like one of my first ones too was the Discover card.
Yeah, that's a good card.
And I had it for like 4 months, and they doubled up immediately though. You know what I mean?
They will.
Yeah.
They will.
So, like you were saying too, like the trade lines, a lot of people like, what are trade lines?
Yeah, school us on trade lines. We'll let it flow.
Yeah, so let's go with a little bit about trade lines. So trade lines is essentially where you got the age of credit, you got a limit, and you can purchase these from the banks, folks.
Really?
And yeah, you can purchase trade lines from, there's websites where you can purchase trade lines, and then you can get it. You can also purchase them from the bank. You got to know the right resources for it.
Okay.
Yep. So when I first was starting to learn about trade lines, it was, say you got Ron called, you got an American Express for $10,000. You pay on time for the last 3 years in a row. And it's, like we said, $10,000 credit limit.
Yeah.
You can sell that trade line to try merge it onto my credit. Essentially like piggy bank ride.
Okay.
To say me, Chris Keller, has a $10,000 card, has been paying it on time for 3 years in a row with a $10,000 limit. Okay. You know what I mean? So like trade lines is very important. Some people you don't have to purchase. Some people I feel like you can just piggy bank ride. Like you my dog, I'm be like, Ron, call your bank, put me on your trade line.
I don't think so, but it sounded good.
I mean, right. But I mean, try it out. Sometimes people like with family, like with family, different family, go out there and make sure you can do research on it.
Yeah.
For trade lines though.
Exactly.
So, you know what I mean? Because it's a jewel.
Well, no, the trade lines are a jewel. And another jewel with the trade lines is if you have a credit card, you can actually turn it into a side business with the trade lines.
Get into that. Let's kill
just jewels all day.
Jewels
so
all
literally, if you got good credit and you got you some good credit cards, you can literally add people to your credit cards and have them as a authorized user.
Exactly.
So that shows up on theirs, and they won't be actually able to use your credit card, but they show up as a user.
Yep, you can get the history.
Yep, you get the history, because if the better your history is, the more money they'll allow you to get qualified for.
Exactly. So for when people going to apply for their own cards, they're seeing that history, and they're going to approve you for a higher limit.
Exactly, exactly. That's the hack. So it's two games here. It's like, okay, sometimes we don't have jobs, right? So the play you want to run is the credit side. But if you have a job, you want to play the line of credit side. So they're two different things. So you say, what's the difference, Ryan? Well, a credit card, you're going to have to access that with like cashier's checks or certain avenues you can leverage it off of websites to get the money off of them. But a line of credit is actually cash. It's like a cash line of credit.
Yeah, and
you need a W-2. Go ahead.
Yeah, and for like when you are pulling off cash off of your credit card, it's usually like a cash limit to what
it is a limit. It's like it's basically they give you, I think, up to 45% of the limit or 60% of the limit. You're not gonna get the full amount.
Yeah, you're gonna get the full though. But
no. But
that's juice, because if you get a $20,000 card, I could take off 10 and go put this down. Money down, essentially.
Exactly. Yeah. But you guys, I'm gonna preface this. You gotta be responsible. Don't come back up here to me and Chris saying, oh, I ran the play and I jacked my credit up. You got to be responsible.
You got to be responsible and stay, if you can, stay 10% within your limits, though, 10 to 15%. Now, I do know if you're going to take off something like $10,000, I mean, you probably will, exceed your credit limit or whatnot. But what you want to do is make sure you got a plan with that thing. So if you going to buy a house for $10,000, and you renting it at $650 a month, take that $650 and start paying the credit card back per month. You know what I mean? So you don't be in a hole though. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Keep your credit right, and they gonna boost it again.
Yeah.
Once they keep seeing the price,
yep.
They're gonna double it up though.
Yep. And it's another play, like far as exit strategies. Like sometimes we'll get ourselves caught up into some stuff where it's like, okay, I'm gonna put all these on my personal credit. Now guess what? Your personal credit score is now 550 because you done maxed them out.
Yeah, you maxed everything out though too.
Exactly.
And that's one thing I learned from my mentor a while back. Like, our parents kind of stuck in the regime. Get two credit cards, and never put all your eggs in one basket, man.
Get them all.
Get as many credit cards as you can. You know what I mean? And I know some people that might not be educated on credit, they're gonna be like, "Man, you crazy, man."
That's why we telling it today.
I got credit cards coming to me left and right, and I don't want those things. I'm staying safe. I'm telling you, man, get you some credit cards though. Build you some credit up. Like you said, man, utilize the money, make it an investment though. You know what I mean?
Yep, making an investment.
Turn it to some cash.
Exactly. And then like what I always tell people is do everything on your credit cards.
Yeah.
They give bonuses, they give travel points, they give everything.
Lots of incentives,
exactly.
Man.
You can be traveling for free. Like that's not my game. There's some guys that's their game. Travel for free.
They go deep.
They go real deep. I'm on the surface of this. I'm just trying to give you guys the jewels so that way you can say, instead of you, I got it. This is the thing that I've learned. When I got my lines of credit, it's gave me velocity of money. You say, what is the velocity of money? Meaning like, okay, I can try to save up 15 G's or I can just go get a line of credit for 15 G's.
Exactly, though.
You know what I mean?
And it's a lot easier to just probably go ahead and get approved.
It is so much
15,
easier.
20,000. I mean,
it's so much easier.
Hey, now that you got an American Express, you can apply for a Chase bank card, and it's probably going to be a $20,000 approval offer.
Exactly.
It'd be in the mail in 3 to 5 days.
That's the secret. Yep. So we're going to really focus on, like, we're talking about this a lot because I want to make sure you guys get it. Yeah. When you buy on a credit card, your credit score is going down. Digest it. So have an exit strategy. Say, okay, am I going to keep this house or am I going to flip out? You know what I mean? If you're going to flip out, make sure you're in an area where you can actually flip out.
Yeah. Make sure
that's another thing.
Pay off that card and still have, some change left though, for the play to work.
Exactly. Because me and Chris Keller know it's called ARV. What is ARV?
After repair value.
Why is that so important, Christopher?
After repair value is so important because it's going to be the finished cost of what your property is worth once you're done with it though. So if you buying a house for like $10,000, you put 13 into it, you want to make sure the ARV is going to be around like 20, 25,000. Why?
Okay.
So you can create a spread for yourself.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And you don't want to go buy a $10,000 house, put 3 into it, go do comparables, and this everything around here worth 13, 14,000.
Exactly.
You can't get nowhere.
Can't
You
get
know what I
nowhere.
mean?
Now, guess what? How's that going to affect? Like, we're going to go back and forth. We're going to every time I go through a list, we're going to say, how does this affect your credit? How does this affect your exit strategy?
Right.
It's going to
Let's
be
get
cold. So, all right, if you did pay that on your personal credit, you paid the 13, you fix it up with the credit card. I'm going to show you how they take the credit card and pay your contractors too. Smoke them, man. I haven't paid a contractor out of my pocket in a long
I haven't
time.
did that one.
Oh, man, you got to run the play, man. You got to run the play.
Hey.
Literally. So with a contract, like I always tell my guys, like all my guys that work for me, I say, okay, PayPal invoice me. That's literally the play to turn any credit card into cash. If you catch that, you good.
Ooh, because you can just put the credit card in and send it right on over PayPal.
Yep.
That was dope though. That's sweet though.
That is a super jewel. That way
That's
you literally got
super jewel right
unlimited money.
Unlimited, man, and nothing to come in your way just for cash though. Cash need no too though. Yeah.
Unlimited. It's a board. It's right on PayPal. So
Ooh,
that is a super jewel.
Ron got me learning some new things today though.
That is a super
My
duper
contractors,
jewel.
you're gonna have to start paying PayPal me now.
Exactly. I always say
PayPal me.
PayPal invoice me, and I'll pay you. I'll turn my credit into cash that way.
Smoking, bro. That's a jewel right there, my boy.
Super jewel.
Oh my goodness.
So now it's like, okay, now I done paid him up, squared him up. I got this 13K boy. So now my play is with the 13K. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go and have to be like, this is just gonna be a rental because nobody's gonna cash me out.
Right.
Ain't nobody gonna say, okay, Chris, you put 13 into it. It's nice in here. I'm gonna give you 35. No.
Nah.
Your boy gonna be like, man, I'll give you 15.
The comparables got to be right. They gonna anybody who going to buy a property, they gonna look and see what else sold in the area. So don't ever think you can just get over on somebody.
Listen, I
Give me
love
20,000.
You know, I'm saucy and I love finessing, but ain't nobody stupid.
Exactly though. And then don't get too many emotions built into the property too, man. Don't get to going in a rough neighborhood, going to throw jacuzzis and
no, man.
This
all right,
sweet,
tell them why you don't want to do that. We're just gonna let this roll.
Oh yeah, so
play.
that I mean, you most definitely don't want to do that because I've had like certain buyers and sellers, you know, come to me, specifically sellers like, hey Chris, look, remember that one I was telling you about on it was in Auburn.
Yeah.
He was like, look, I did it top to bottom. I put a jacuzzi in here. I got the marble. I got the marble up in here on the in the kitchen, etc. I'm talking about he decked it out though. When we went to go do the comparables, this guy was around, I think it was like 17,000. He was asking like 35,000. I'm like, look, bro, it's no way I can get you 35. He goes then to start pulling out receipts, showing receipts what he paid for this, what he paid for that. I'm like, I know you paid for that, but look, do you see any house in this area selling for that amount of money? You know what I mean?
Sir.
And it was really I hurt dude feelings though. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, man, I know you did do some nice finishing touches in this house, but. Man, look, your best route, you either going with lease option so you can get a little bit more money at the end of it, or you're going to have to make this thing a rental and then make your money back. And then you're going to have to, eventually when it is time to sell, you're going to have to, you know, do what you got to do.
Exactly.
You might have to take a hit sometimes, though. You know what I mean?
You may have to take a hit. And there's nothing wrong with taking a hit because it's all about lessons. Like a lot of times, like I've lost thousands of dollars. I think I smoked hundreds of times.
Man,
that's just how it works.
Yeah, it's part of the game.
To me, it motivates me. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna come back better, stronger, faster, sharper, and I'm gonna win next time.
Smoke them every time.
Every time. When something go bad, I'm like, oh man, deal fell apart. Oh Christ. I'm like, I'm gonna go get 10 more. You gotta have that moment, that energy.
Yeah, you gotta have that energy, man, because man, never let just one deal or something fall apart like just deter you from not going and calling the next person though.
Pick it up, dial again.
Pick up, dial again. One person might be, you know what I'm saying, fully indulged into and ready to do a deal. Then the next person might hurry up and try to rush you up off the phone, but make that next call because this person, and what I learned too over the years for real estate, it's all about your seller situation. All of them got a story. All of them got a story for why they're selling. Don't be scared to ask, why you selling this property? What you gonna do with the money when you get done with this?
I'm glad he said that because I know everybody, like I got this thing called hashtag fear of the phone. Like I've been working this angle.
I've been seeing you too.
I've been
rocking it out.
hashtag fear the phone. All right, when you talk to somebody, you only gonna probably get 3 or 4 scenarios, right? Person gonna probably tell you like, "Oh, my house is perfect, nothing's wrong. I just want to see what the offer is." Like, okay, cool.
Okay, but you ain't a
No big
motivated
deal.
seller yet.
You ain't a motivated seller. And then we'll get into what is a motivated seller, right? You're not a motivated seller. Or you get the person where they don't give you no information. Like, oh, just what's your offer? I'm not giving you nothing. That's fine.
Okay. Yeah.
Everybody got to play. That's fine. Or what I call you get talking Nancy. She going to talk a hole in your head. Oh, everything is great. My daughter lived here. The puppies is here too.
Yeah.
It's great, Nancy. I got you.
They go a half hour telling you what it is.
Exactly. I'll be like, and then you got to start bringing Nancy in. Okay, Nancy, I love you to death. But, if we can get this done, how soon you want to move forward, Nancy?
Exactly.
Oh, never. Okay. Have a nice day.
Or too, man, and it took me a while to do this too, like, because I thought it was an offensive question.
What was the
to
question?
ask
This
like
is good
certain
stuff.
sellers though, like what was they plan to do with the money after selling?
It's
You know what I mean?
a subtle way to ask it.
It's a subtle way to do it though.
It's a
You know
very
what I
subtle
mean?
way to
And
ask it.
you don't just ask them straight up though. You're gonna most definitely want to build some
It's
rapport.
usually the 3rd to 4th question.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's times where somebody might just tell me like, man, look, I just want to sell this so I can get a jet ski. But they looking to make like 10 grand profit. I know a jet ski only costs 5 G's.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or maybe even 3 G's. So you can leverage that to your advantage. Like, okay, well, look, I know you was at this number, but look, we at this number, and you can still get that jet ski and still have $2,000 left over. How that sound?
He finessing.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
He's saucing. You
got to, though.
How about a band?
How about a group band though? You know what I mean?
How about a band?
You know what I mean? But no, most definitely learn your seller though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And don't make it a rude question though. You know what I mean?
No. Make it subtle. So hey, what's your plans after this? Little soft stuff. Like when you meet a girl at the bar. What's your name? What's going on? She just frees you out. You know what I mean? Like it's all good.
It sounds like you running game. Keep it moving.
Keep it pushing. But yeah, as a recap on that, it's beautiful topics. I can talk about that all day. As far as seller psychology, like I love that.
Man.
But as far as the recap, when you do touch this credit card and you do pick up that property, just know your credit score will come down. But guess what? Once you start paying it off, it will start going back up.
It will. And guess what? You can use it again.
You can use it again. That's why I like lines of credit and revolving credit cards.
Yep. Tell them what happened around when you pay off your credit card. When you pay it, where the money go back to?
Oh, it go right back on the dang on credit card.
Exactly.
You ain't got to worry about it.
Some people think they pay the credit card like, man, I got to pay these credit cards. It's just putting money right back on the card.
It literally
revolving.
Bro, because it's like, dude, even like, and I try to give as many plays for our community.
Yeah.
Get your girl to run the play, man.
Yeah.
Get your girl to run the play.
They usually got better credit than me.
They got better credit. They in a position. You know what? Instead of you putting all your bread into a property, now you can get 5. You can get 6, 7.
Right, and still have that cash sitting over there.
Exactly.
For a rainy day.
For a rainy day. You get with me or Chris, we going to put you in the right track.
I swear. Big facts, though, yeah.
Big facts.
Big facts, though. We're gonna put you in the right lane, you know what I'm saying? And Ryan, you more of a, expertise with the,
I appreciate that, man.
with the credit, and utilizing the property with the credit card, you know what I'm saying?
We're going to definitely be running that play a lot for people.
Yeah.
Because this is my vision is like, I want everybody to have access. So remember when we talked on episode 1, why a lot of people don't fix their credit. A lot of people don't fix their credit because there's no value in it. They don't see any value. Like now you're like, dude, fix your credit. I could get you 40, 50 bands, man. Help me help you.
Help me help you, though.
Help me help you.
With a good credit score, man, it just make life so much easier, though. When you go to the car lot, guess how much extra interest they whacking you if you got
they crushing
a 600 credit score as opposed to a 700. If you go to
like
finance
4 more
for a
points.
house,
Yep.
you might be paying like
you're not gonna get it approved.
10 or 20. It can literally save you tens of thousands of dollars, like from 50 points. You know what I mean?
Yep, it's so true. It's so
Most
true.
definitely. Yeah,
it's so true, man. I love that.
It's
All right.
hot.
So we kind of told you how to buy your first property with no money down. Now we're gonna give you some seller financing creative strategies.
Let's get it.
All right. So we talk about the main 2 ways that you can get with seller financing is they can carry a note or it can be a land contract. So GOAT, do you know about land contracts?
Know about land
All right,
contract.
the GOAT gonna take this one. What is a land contract? How does it benefit? How does it work?
So basically how a land contract is structured, let's say somebody want $30,000 for a property.
Okay.
And you want to put $5,000 down, and you're paying $500 per month. So first off, the $500 or the $5,000 is going to get applied towards the purchase price.
Okay.
And then every month that you pay that $500, it's knocking it off that $30,000 total purchase price. So every payment that you make is being applied towards the purchase price. So typically, like within a year, let's put it a little bit more on smaller terms. Say you got a $10,000 house. Okay. You put $3,000-$4,000 down until you pay that $500 until that $10,000 is paid off. Okay. And this per payment is added. You know what I mean? And you in the seller. Yeah, I'm sorry. You smooth. Yeah, but you and the seller, y'all come to a term to my payments is going towards the purchase price of the property every month I pay.
Perfect. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna piggyback on the GOAT, the guy, he knows all this stuff. We're gonna just piggyback and add some value to that. Yeah. All right, when would a land contract be selected? Because that's the key here. Yeah. We're trying to give them the play. Because we're like, oh, here's the information, but here's the specific time to do it. Yeah. So when would be a good time to execute a land contract?
So best time to execute a land contract, it's going to be off of your sellers, though. So it's going to be off of, the motivation of the sellers. Can they take a small down payment and monthly payments over time in order, to get to this X amount that y'all agreed upon?
Exactly. So, and this is some background to the land contract. I always tell people, like, a lot of times with land contract, the seller becomes motivated because the house is kind of unsellable. Yeah. It's not going to be livable in though, too, though. Land contracts are not livable plays.
They not, though. It's going to be it's going to be
not a livable play.
It's going to be more of a play where they can make money per month, and then you, as the buyer, going to have some money to start fixing it up.
And guess where you're going to get the money
as you get there?
You're going to get it off that credit card. We just get it
right off that credit card.
That's the play. Run the play.
PayPal the seller $2,000 down.
Boom. That's winning. So literally, you guys got to look at every time you talk to a seller, when you go on Facebook Marketplace, you go on Zillow.com, look at the condition of the house. Yeah. And that's your leverage point.
And that is going to be the leverage point, though.
That's when you can say, go ahead. I want to hear
I was going to say, too, check them back taxes.
Yep.
If somebody in the hole, they're going to take some monthly payments for sure. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
If they haven't been paying the back taxes, why wouldn't they?
Yep.
Why wouldn't I take a $500 monthly payment, a $2,000 down payment, and you on the other side, the buyer, you got a plan and what you gonna do with it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Man, I love this stuff, man. I love it all straight day. Jewels, I love it. I love these jewels.
Killing it.
So basically, if you get a person, like a lot of times, like a lot of people I always say, fear of the phone. I'm running the play right now. I'm afraid of the phone. Go on Zillow.com and find you the most busted house there. The most busted, and call them.
Get you a little haunted house.
Just call them, be like, hey, man. Hey, I saw your house on Zillow. Tell me about the condition, and just listen. I know you're scared to death. Just pick up the phone and say, hey, man, what's up with this house?
I'm telling you, listen more than you talk.
80% listen, 20% talk and question. I say 80% listen, 20% charisma, swag, sauce. Like however you do you.
Exactly, though, yeah.
Like when I train my people that work for me, I'm like, who are you? Let me hear that.
Exactly.
You got your own quirks. You quirky. You be quirky on the phone.
Yeah.
But ask those key questions.
Yeah. And what I do too, man, I just relate to the sellers a lot on just different situations. Like, this. I'm like, I can understand that because I actually, and it's building a rapport with them though too.
Yes. And another secret to rapport, don't force it. People can smell fake.
Yeah. You most definitely can.
You can smell fake. Like even when I'm networking with people, like this is a little side tangent. If I'm not connected, I'm not going to force it.
Not going.
That's the secret. Yeah. Because people are like, networking is so hard. I'm like, nah, they just not vibing with you. Yeah. Keep it pushing.
Yep. And then sometimes I may even loosen up somebody looking to even buy a house. They'll call me with this little professional voice. And
that'd be too much.
You know what I'm saying? And
it's too much.
I talk to them. I might even throw a little bit of slang in there, like, what's your plan? What you got going on?
Yeah,
like,
I always tell people out, like, what's going on with the house? They be like, what's going on?
They'll take a deep breath and then they'll start talking regular though. Like, okay, this is really what I want to do, bro. I'm like, okay, now I got the real you. You ain't got to get the real person. You got to get the real person up off that phone.
That is a magic jewel. The first conversation, don't take that to heart. Yeah. They may be rough with you. They may be nasty. Who are you? How you get my number? All that mess. Say we just in the local area, just trying to see if you might be interested to an offer. Just real sauced, just real smooth,
easy, smooth.
Hey, and it's okay if you're not interested. I take it right back.
Right,
just like a girl. Okay, you don't want to go out to Benihana's. I just take it right back. Bro. You can stay where you're at.
See if somebody else call you, and they might call you even 2-3 months later down the line. Like, oh, I remember he called me and offered me 13 grand. I know you had a few of them, huh, Ron?
Man,
we talk about them all day. Like, people,
oh yeah.
People like, oh no.
I call them. I'm like, I'm gonna put them in the oven. I'll just let them cook. Like all my guys, all my employees work. I'm like, why don't you just follow up, John?
All right,
call them back, man.
Call them back, or they'd be calling you back like, oh, I know he said 15. I wanted 20, but nobody else is offering me the 15.
Exactly. But that's the third eye sense that me and Chris have developed over years.
Yeah.
I know nobody's going to buy it, so I can play with it.
Exactly.
Like, I'm like, okay.
He got no other option.
He got no other option. So it's either going to be me or Chris buying it.
Exactly, though. I mean.
Or Jason JV or somebody.
Yeah,
you don't got too many plays.
It's limited for him. You know what I mean?
But if it's a Westie, I know I'm like, oh, let me give her 45.
Yeah.
Because everybody and their mama want it.
Because it's going to go real quick on the Westie.
She going to move. She going to move.
The hottest size right
now. Yep, she going to move. And all right, we're going to tie this land contract up and go into selling notes. Man, this is such a dope conversation today. So the land contract play is, remember, you are getting a contract to the land. You do not get the deed.
Exactly. Until it's paid.
Until it's paid off. It's very important.
Yeah.
So you and that seller better have a airtight contract. It better be crystal clear.
Crystal clear.
I'm going to make these repairs on this property, and then if you default on the land contract, you don't get anything back. But if the seller is on something, you can go take them to court if you have to.
You can, though.
You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, if they be on some fugazi,
right?
You have a right.
Say you get to that 10, like, this is my last 500. That's 10 grand I paid to you, and they like, I think I want to sell it. Now we can go to court for that.
Exactly. So I'm glad Chris brought that up. You want to be at a position where you're not worried about that happening, because it's like you want to get that out the way up front.
Right. Exactly.
Because that's the worst thing in the world. You done ran to play with the car like I gave you that play. Now you're like, oh, I fixed up the house. I'm ready to sell it. And he like, nah, I'm about to sell it.
Yeah, no, undercut you like a mug.
Exactly.
Like, nah, man.
No, that's not what you want.
Put that in your contract, though. Yep. Make that a contingency, though. Like, like this property is only coming to me. Yep. You know what I mean? And
you agree on the price.
Able to sublease it or do none of that.
Literally,
you know what I mean?
Literally. This is the secret play for all creative financing. You always want a sublease option. You always want, if I make these repairs, we have to agree on a price. I'm not making major repairs. Exactly. I'm not putting no roof on your house.
Exactly, though. Because it's your money, though.
It's your money. They're like, oh, yeah, fix everything, John.
If you default, they'll keep everything
they
you put
will
in
keep
there.
Everything. So I tell you guys, run the play on cosmetics, light cosmetics.
Yeah, light cosmetics. Lipstick cosmetics.
Lipstick, give her a kiss. Lipstick.
Easy.
Easy.
Painting floors.
Painting floors, because that's not a major hit. You'll recoup a painting floor in 6 months.
Exactly, though.
It's not a hit.
Though. It's not
if you put a roof on, you in the ride for 2 years.
Yeah.
Buckle up,
cost
baby.
You 8 Gs.
8 smackers.
8 smackers, man.
So that's the difference. No, with a land contract, that owner still owns the deed. They can play you, so make sure your contract is tight. Yeah. So me and Chris, like, we're developing some more programs for you guys. Depending on the response, we will have these contracts ready. Yeah. But it's just like right now, we're just trying to figure it out, how to deliver it to the community.
Right.
So we came up with the podcast. It's like, let's just give the community information, let them come to us, and we'll help you that way.
Exactly, though. Yeah. And we'll figure it out, too.
Yeah, because we've done these plays ourselves. It's more so like, how do I teach it to you so you can go run the play? Exactly,
though. To the right people, too, though. Yeah.
Exactly. How do I give you the plays for the credit card, set you up? Because you have to go through our credit repair. Yeah. You got to go through Marcellus. I have to be able to make sure your stuff is getting done right.
Exactly, though. And we going to make sure that it's on point, though.
Yep,
before
Marcel
we
is going to tighten you up.
Marcel is going to smoke it for you, though. He
get it cleaned up.
Removal. Get it cleaned up.
Because you get that cleaned up, guess what the next play is? We're going to put some trade lines on you. Then the next play, you go get your lines of credit.
Ooh. And
then the next play, you say, hey, Ron and Chris, what you got for sale? And I'm like, run the play.
And then you come with your credit card so we can swipe it. Easy
Boom,
work, man.
swipe. Done.
Easy, though, man. That's just smoking them.
That's just pure. That's like the gift of the game.
Buying a house with the credit card, though. You know what I mean?
Dude, it's an easy play.
Smoking them with that one, bro. That's a killer topic, man.
Yeah, that's what today was all about. All about every play you can do with no money down.
Every damn play, yeah.
Every damn play, no money down. All right, seller note. I'm gonna take this one. What's the difference between a land contract and a seller note? All right, a seller note can be terms, meaning like, okay, we're gonna sell you this house over 15 years. You're gonna pay me $350 a month or $550 a month.
Right.
That's the term.
So it's a set time and term?
Exactly. Okay. It's a set time and term. So seller finance is like a note. So it's kind of like they're becoming the mortgage.
Exactly.
They become the bank.
They're the bank, yeah.
That's what you want. I mean, it don't happen often, but it's a dream, you know what I mean? I would buy 50 houses if somebody would hold a note. It'd be great.
Exactly, yeah.
But if you ever get lucky enough, maybe your grandma might do it. It's all about how you structure these deals. Okay. You say, hey, grandma, how about this? You know, Social Security, like I've been really learning the benefits to get people to do it. You know, Social Security, grandma, take $350 a month. You know, you good. You don't have to pay no taxes. You ain't got to cut the grass no more, grandma.
Right. Let us manage it.
Let us take care of everything. Yeah. She's like, okay, I like that. You get to go in a nice apartment.
That's smooth.
I've been getting some game together.
Yeah.
So I was like, smooth.
It's a headache for some people. Some people don't mind you managing.
You have to sell the benefit of, like right now, I've been talking to a lot of landlords as far as getting them to take payments. Okay, you don't get capital gains. You don't get murdered because you flipped it.
Right.
You literally no more repairs, no more headaches. Exactly. And you're still getting the same amount of rent.
And you just bringing in a check every month.
You just getting a check.
Just get a check, easy work.
Easy money.
Yeah, and you just build that rapport.
Exactly, but you're not going to get, I'm going to tell you guys a jewel. Stop thinking you're going to get a deal on the first call.
It never happens.
That kills me. I'm like, dude, the average deal takes 6 to 7 calls.
Exactly, though.
And then it's like by the 5th call, y'all finally real people.
Right, exactly.
Hey, Susan, how are you? What are we doing here?
Yeah, you're gonna have to show up too, though, man. Like I said, I think we was talking about it on episode number 1. Mm-hmm. My first wholesale, I showed up. You know, I didn't really have too much of nothing with me.
You was green.
And they was asking like, you got a business card? Oh, on the next one I'm gonna have a business card. Do you got a portfolio? Oh, on the next one I'm gonna have a portfolio. Do you have a flyer ad? Now for this after the 5th person, I got a flyer. I got a business card. Yeah. I got my portfolio. Whatever information you need. Then I got the slam dunk. You know what I mean? So,
but they just so y'all get a jewel. They ran him through the mud because he was evergreen green. He was ever fresh green. He was like, oh no, heck no.
They taught me some things though. It taught me though, man. Like one after another one. Like, if I would have stopped on the first one, I would have just been done.
They would have been terrible.
You
we wouldn't have a goat.
Exactly though.
There would be no goat. There would be no provision. Trust me. I was like, this guy ain't hitting on nothing. Get out of here.
Oh man. And my boy hit me up though, like, oh, what's up, man? I see you doing numbers over there.
I was so thoroughly impressed, man. Just another young brother out here.
Man, and then when I got to know you, I'm like, hold on, bro, you doing numbers too?
I've been doing numbers, man.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. Ron was that low key boy. Y'all didn't even know he was doing real estate.
I'm gonna tell you, I was low key because honestly, it was a fear. I was like, okay, I didn't want to cause too many issues at my job. I need my job to buy my properties, my W-2. You know what I mean? And it was just like, and it might have been in my own subconscious mind. We always got our own mental issues and held back. I was like, the moment I do this, I'm done. And I was done.
Hey, I was putting it all over at my job. Like, hey, I do real estate. I'm about to get up out of here real soon.
I think people liked you. At my job, they didn't like me. He was like, oh, you getting money too? I don't like you.
You think you too smooth, huh?
Exactly. So I was just like, I didn't really care. I didn't need my job. And I was just like, man, I'm here to help. But, you know, what they say, Marshawn Lynch, I'm just here not to get fined. That was my whole life. I was just like, I'm just here not to get fined.
Like, I'm keeping it so low key, so discreet. Now you all over the world. You got my man got TikToks, my man got Facebook, he got Instagram, and you better know who he is.
And YouTube, we're gonna be putting all this information.
Everything.
We posting like this topic right here. I'm literally gonna make a YouTube video just on all the ways to get money off a credit card.
Exactly.
To buy a house. I'm like, it takes like 15 minutes to do it. So I'm just like, get it done.
Have somebody watch it over and over and over.
I'm like, watch it 50 times. Like, this is what I learned, like, even with training. Like, this is a side tangent. Like, personal pain I've been through with all my employees. Mm-hmm. Watch the training videos before you call Poppy.
Exactly.
Please.
Oh my goodness, I went through so much of that.
Why are you calling me? You haven't even watched the video.
Like, do we have the contract? I'm like, it's right in.
I was like, you do know I see how many views is on the videos. They're my training videos.
Exactly.
It shows 3 views. That means you didn't look.
Man, exactly though. It's like somebody coming to your house. Oh, is it a rental?
Exactly.
Like, did you read the topic, the post?
I'm like, and then when you do that stuff, you telling the universe, I don't want to win. Hey, universe, I don't want to win.
I don't really care for winning like that. Like, come on now, man.
You tell the universe every chance you get.
And like, you're going to learn and indulge yourself into it, though.
Help me help you.
Right. It's never nothing wrong with asking questions, though. But no, don't ask me a question and information right there in front of you.
I'm like, or if you, like I call it information stage versus action stage. Yeah, I can tell if you have done nothing. It takes 3 seconds to hear your thoughts.
Exactly.
You haven't called me and saying, oh, the seller told me she wants $500,000 for the house. No, you telling me, so what do you say to a seller? Like, that's not, I'm not having that conversation. You never even tried to call one. How about you dial the number? Like, I had one kid, I ain't gonna air him out. He was like, what CRM to use? It's like a piece of paper and a phone. Dial the Zillow and call them.
Exactly. Call them, man, dude.
Call me. Just pick up the phone.
Exactly.
Dang.
If people get scared, don't get scared.
Don't get scared.
These is human beings, just like us.
Only thing you can do is literally get blown out. Like, oh, screw you, click, and just call somebody else.
That's cool. You don't know who I am. You ain't never seen me.
You don't know. You don't know.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Don't take it to the heart.
Exactly. So wrapping up the seller finance and play, you literally get this with the seller finance and play. The property might not be as busted. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Every strategy has a different level. Because the seller finance, you're going to pay a little bit more for the house.
Right.
Because it's a nicer house. Like, so let's say we got something, I don't know. Let's say on the Westie, but they want 52. But it's decent.
It's decent, but
it's outdated. It's outdated. That's the play.
Yeah.
So you're going to go in there, take your credit card, and do a light kiss.
Right.
Clean it up and got you a tenant there for $950, $850.
Smoking them.
He get his $450. You got your $500 coming off of that. You won.
Exactly, though. Now, that's another thing, too, when you structuring that and you managing that type of situation. When you lock in your seller at, like you said, $500.
Yeah.
I put the repairs in it. Now I can re-rent this thing.
That's why I say make sure on your contract sublease option.
Exactly, though.
If you don't have that clause in your agreement, every agreement you ever write for the rest of your life, it either better says and or signs or sublease.
Right. And guess what? You making money. You don't even own this thing yet.
That's the beauty of this. We're giving you a double play. You don't have no skin in the game other than clean up the house. And it's on your credit card.
Right. You use the credit card. And then you use the credit card. And then what you gonna do? That money that you make it, pay the credit card right back off.
Boom. And
it's free money.
Free money.
Right back in your pocket.
Exactly,
you know what I mean?
Exactly. And it's like
sauce.
It's too much sauce.
Too much.
It's like Future and Drizzy, just another layer. Just dunk it. Sauced up.
Man. I'll tell you.
So literally, the only unfortunate thing is certain markets you don't have as much spread play. So literally, you could have that sublease with the seller, and you can literally lock them in at a price.
Lock them in at the price.
35, clean it up. I can literally flip that baby in 2 months.
Get them there your money.
63.
Right. Get them their money.
Easy play.
Make the it's so jewelry. You get monthly payments. Then you turn around, say you got the seller at 50. You put the work in. You done put the upgrades into the house. Now I'm selling it for 60. I make 10 grand at the end of this thing. Everybody win.
Everybody win.
It's a win.
Literally win. Like literally, there's literally only time I can't do a deal is like when somebody is like over the point where I can't make money off of the rent. Like a person, I want 150K from a house. I'm like, I can't run that play.
You can't though.
I just can't run the play.
It's nothing to make though.
Nothing there. But if somebody like in that gray area, kind of like, I'll take 62. I'm like, all right, well, the place is outdated. Do you plan on putting 15 grand in the house to put on MLS?
Right.
Oh no, I don't have that. You would. No, honey. No, I won't.
All right, I ain't gonna do it. Now I could put 5 G's into this, rent it out for you, and then get you what you want at the end.
Exactly.
Over term though. Sometimes understand people. This is a long term play too though. It might be 1-2 years. You know what I'm saying? But set that out, set it out with them.
Write up that lease for that. I always say, like, far as payment structure and balloon structure, you want to spread it over 30 years. I might go sneeze or not. You want to spread it over, I guess not. You want to spread it over 30 years as amortization. It's like, what is amortization, right? So with a mortgage, I'm actually turning in 500 for real. As a mortgage, literally, it starts with mostly interest at the beginning, and it literally kind of goes down, and then your principal will start going up. So for the first 15 years, it's like interest front loaded like crazy.
Yeah.
So if you got a payment of $1,000, 800 is going to interest.
Straight 100. Yeah.
So that's why when
It's
when I
almost like that rent to own.
Yeah, exactly. Literally, it is. It's literally like that. So when I used to sell mortgages back in Detroit, literally, I'd be like, every time you flip out of a loan, you're literally restarting.
Exactly, though.
Every time you flip out, you
structure.
restart.
Yeah.
And it's like, so literally, you never gonna pay that house off.
You'll never get this.
Never.
Don't get yourself in that situation. People.
Never. And it's like, far as I got to remember, like there's two people I'm trying to serve at the same time. It's the guy that goes to work at Ford, loves his family, is trying to just say, hey man, how do I get ahead?
Yeah, or just get my foot in the door.
Exactly. How do I make sure my daughter's straight?
Yeah.
So that's a lot of these plays is for him.
Yeah, most yeah.
Like 90% of these plays are for him. Then it's the entrepreneur like me and Chris.
That's the
like
best person.
Let's max this baby out.
Yeah.
I'll take 50 credit cards. I'll take 30 houses.
Yeah,
that's a different
though.
person.
Yeah.
But in my mind, like the jewels I gave you guys today, like you could work at Ford, you could take your W-2, you can go to your local credit union, say, hey man, I want to get a line of credit. Do not say you're buying real estate. Real estate play is not necessary. It's a higher risk play for banks. You say, man, I'm just looking to buy like a major renovation to a property or a major
to
purchase.
One of your own properties or something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or I want to buy a boat. That's just how banks work.
Yeah.
Don't play
they
yourself.
really want you to spend the money though.
They want you to spend the money.
Yeah.
That's just how it is. So just don't get crazy.
Yeah.
You can always, before you make any play, PM me or Chris, and I will tell you exactly what to do.
Most definitely.
I don't want you to go get approved, apply and get denied because you just needed one more trade line. You need 3 on your credit.
Yeah.
Like, don't play yourself.
Then if you start applying too much and get denied
If you apply too much
it
now,
start damaging your credit.
Yeah, because okay, why does it damage your credit? This is such a fire topic today.
Inquiries.
Why is it the inquiries? Why are inquiries bad?
Inquiries is bad because they stay on your credit score for up to, was it 2 years?
I believe it's 2.
2 years? Okay, yeah. So when creditors is going to look at your credit and they go look at the history and they like, ooh, you didn't apply for 7, 8 cards and got denied for them. Why would we approve you? You know what I'm saying at this point?
Yep.
You know what I mean?
You look high risk and you also look what I call thirsty.
Thirsty.
Yeah, you know
Why
what I mean?
so
thirsty?
Like, hold on, you need the credit because credit, you really not supposed to use credit till you actually need credit.
It's
you showing them, because you showing them. When you doing it like that, you showing them like, man, I'm trying to get y'all a credit card so I can spend that thing. I need that money. You know what I mean?
Well, it's true. The psychology of credit is really like jacked up. Like it's a jacked up world because it's like they put you in fear to use your credit card, but if you don't use your credit card, you won't have good credit. It's psychotic.
Yeah, just make sure you stay 10% underutilization.
The key thing is he's giving you the safety.
Right.
Stay under it. But if you don't use your credit card, they will cut your limit down.
They will though, and that's how
I've lost a couple cards like that.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I'm being good. You punishing me?
Yeah, exactly though. I remember the first time that happened, and I learned it from my own wife.
Oh yeah.
She had
so
like
what happened? What's the story?
She had like $1,000. I think it was like for Kohl's or whatnot.
Yeah.
And she used it a few times, and then she paid it off to 0. Then you know what I'm saying? We was loaded, so like with money. So at a point, it was like she stopped using the card essentially. Though. So after she quit using it for like 6 months, she went back to look at her limit, and they chopped it down to like 500 for not using it.
They do that.
And I was like, we was both like, what kind of sense do that make?
Literally,
Paid y'all off?
They crazy.
Yeah.
They want you to max it out and then pay it off the next month.
Right.
Max it out, then pay it off.
In full too, if
because
you can.
they just want to get paid interest. They just saying you're not giving me enough interest.
Exactly.
Trust me, ain't nobody doing you no favor.
They gotta make their money too though, some type of way.
I thought it was crazy. I was like, I had a 12 grand card, now it's 4. What the heck?
Exactly.
What world is this?
Like y'all wanted me to just go max this thing out.
Exactly. Like what are you
like you ain't using enough of our money.
What are you doing?
Let me lower your limit.
Exactly. So we got the seller finance in play. You're looking for, let's say, a retired landlord, somebody that's, or like I said, a family member is a great play for seller finance.
It is
an
though.
Awesome play.
It is though too, and I can relate to the seller finances even when I first was doing lease options though. You know what I mean? You can get paid 3 different ways doing it.
Bro, you know can get paid so many ways with
3
these
different
deals.
ways.
If you literally lock the seller seller in with a seller finance note at like $500.
Yeah.
You put $4 or $5 grand from your credit card, fix it up. Then you could really lease option it with the sublease on the back end with another $5 grand.
Right.
Come on,
it's
man.
It's easy work, though. You
Come
know what I'm
on,
saying?
man.
You lock the terms in. I mean, once they give you the equitable interest is what they call it with the contract. Once they give you equitable interest, that thing is yours to manage. And and what Drake say? Yesterday prices ain't the same.
Oh, you know,
prices went up.
Yesterday's prices is not today's prices.
It ain't today's price.
Shout out Fat Joe.
If I go,
yesterday's prices is not today's prices.
It's not. You know what I mean? And if I go in that thing and I put $5 grand into it, I'm not gonna rent it for $450.
No, but not. The secret, like, okay, like I've been doing a lot of like studying apartment buildings. I'm like, do I want to get into this game? The secret is you lock a person up in the distress situation it's in.
Exactly.
Okay, this house needs 15 bands.
That's your leverage.
That's your leverage. You don't sell the play of, oh, I'm going to do this. Like, oh, okay, 50.
Right. Hey, sometimes remind them too, like, do you want to put this $10,000?
I always run that play. Whenever somebody give me smoke on the phone, I'll be like, hey, if you would like, you could always just put the money in your property yourself and put on MLS. I'm sure you'll get top dollar.
Then we can get the top dollar that you asked for.
I want you to get top
right.
dollar.
But you asking for ARV right now and they need 10 stacks.
Exactly. I'll be like, hey man, if I was you, I'd put the money in myself. I back off.
Yeah.
I was like, man, big baller, just put it in yourself.
Yep. Remind them. And then they'll be like, oh, dang, he's right, but I don't got $10,000.
Exactly. I was like, well, here's your other option. I could take it over. We could give you some payments, or I could just cash you out. Which would you prefer?
Right. And now if I'm going to cash you out, it's going to be lower too.
It has to be lower.
Over the terms, it's going to be higher.
Yeah.
I can get you the max amount you want, but it's going to be in terms.
Yep. So if you get a play where you got a little bit of sauce room, where you get it for like 35, you put 7, 8 into it, it's like a 65, man, run the play. Put a lease option in there, run the play.
Run it though. You know what I mean? Run it though. and you can do that all day though. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But if it's something to where it's no meat on the bone, because
if it's no meat on the
bone, leave it alone.
Well, not necessarily. If it's no meat on the bone and you get seller financing for like $450 and you could rent it off at $850, run the play.
Yeah, you could do that too.
But that's not going. It's rare it happens.
But that's for like the working man though. You know what I mean?
That's why I'm trying to give working man plays.
That's just knowing the knowledge of how to do it and how to present it to the people. And it's free money.
It's
you know
free
what I mean?
money. And a lot of times I give another jewel. Everybody's like, oh, what if something happens to the oh, God bless you.
Appreciate it, sir.
So we're like, what happens if the toilet goes out or plumbing or something? I'm like, dude, we talking about a $300 to a band repair. Like, I don't know where people get this, like, oh, it's going to literally wipe me out because of a toilet or something. I'm like, no. Like, literally, like, so I say, you got to negotiate up front. I'm not putting no roof on your property.
Exactly.
Like, the things that's going to murk you, it really is just the roof.
Yeah.
Furnace 1,500, 2 bands is not going to murk you.
Exactly. The inside cosmetics.
Anything inside the house is not going to murk you. It's the roof that will literally wipe you out.
Right. Electric sometimes will swipe you.
You know what I mean? I done mastered replacing every electrical outlet in the house now.
We seen that one too.
That schmuck literally went to every outlet in the house.
Oh man, that dude tore you up, that appraiser.
But he just made me better. Now it's like, okay, now I know if I literally have to replace every mechanical in the house, I know how much to do it. I know who to call now.
Right. You learned it and you got the resources in your back pocket.
So I'm like, hey man, if you really want to play that game, I got it.
Right. It ain't stopping though. Still made bread off that one.
No, I still ate. Man, I'm always gonna eat because you got that's another thing. Build your profit in and build your error margin in.
Yeah.
People don't do that. They're like, oh, I'm gonna make 15,000. I was like, nah, you're probably gonna make 7 or 6.
Yeah.
And you're probably gonna spend 15.
Have room for error. You know,
nobody does that.
Nothing y'all see off of. I know a lot of people watch the HGTV shows.
Man, that shit.
They don't show y'all in the background like, oh shit, we done took the floors up. Now this whole thing rotted out.
Nobody talk about that.
Oh, that's another $10,000 that we got to come out of. But like you said, build that spread in between just in case you run into an oopsie, or save yourself some money in advance before you even go do the flip. Buy an inspector. They $500.
They $500, man.
$500. He gonna crawl. He gonna crawl in the basement. He don't care if there's rats in there.
No, he
gonna go to the attic.
Yep.
He's gonna go to the roof. Yep. Every which way your property though. You know what I mean? And inspector saved me and my
Yeah, you
my
told me
partner
with
from
the
California.
HVAC.
Yeah,
That's huge.
The HVAC, man. He went to the back of the walls. It was no duct work back there.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, it looked pretty on the other side.
Yeah, that's the game.
Yeah.
That's the
Get
game.
you an inspector, man. Get you an inspector. Spend that $500.
Yep. And then next podcast, we're gonna break down repairs, how to get contractors, how to get an inspector. It's gonna be so lit. Like we just lighten up everything.
Exactly.
This is the last seller finance tip, and then we can't do all that today. This is the last one that's important. The sub 2. I'm gonna take this.
Sub 2. Take that one, big boss.
Sub 2 literally means subject to current financing. So subject to the mortgage. I'm gonna tell you kids right now, I ain't Pace Morby. Don't play with seller financing. Don't play with sub 2.
Tell them.
If you miss one payment, you going to prison.
Crumbled.
That's fraud. You going to prison. So when y'all play this pack, say, "Oh, Ron, what's telling me to do all these plays?" I was like, "This is the play I told you not to do."
Yeah, exactly. Though sub 2 dangerous, man. You
very dangerous.
You got to make sure. But matter of fact, don't even start off doing.
Don't start there. Like when I told you, if you got a person that has a current mortgage, you do a sublease.
Sublease. Yeah.
Sublease says, "I'm leasing this house for you for $550.
Right.
I'm going to pay you, and whatever you do in your life is on you. So if you choose not to pay your mortgage, it's on you.
It's on you, right?
I am not
because
getting
sub
in the middle
2, you
of this.
taking the whole responsibility.
You're literally assuming their mortgage.
Exactly, though. I'm taking it over.
I'm taking it over. I remember little Deontay was talking to me. I was like, I think not.
Yeah,
I was like, you can watch Pace Morby all day. Use them for entertainment. No, we're gonna do a sublease.
I mean, there's some people that know how to do it success, but I'm telling
literally,
you, man,
it's
you gotta
like
have
seven.
It's literally taking over somebody else's mortgage.
Literally, it's like 10 pitfalls. What if the seller goes ape crazy? Oh, and they go call their bank.
Exactly.
You can't. There's too many variables in there. What if you are paying the mortgage and you forget to pay the mortgage? You're done.
You're done. All your money gone too.
How about forget your money? You going to jail?
Yeah, exactly. Money gone. You go to jail. You got a new felony on your record.
Exactly,
man. And that's the whole wraparound thing, right? Like the wraparound mortgage.
You wrap in their mortgage. I don't do it because you don't even have to.
I don't either. It's too many other strategies, man.
It's too many other strategies. I'm like, hey, man, how about this? We do a sublease and you continue to pay your own freaking mortgage.
That works.
And you give me an option to lease option on the back end. We agree on the price. That's so simple.
I'm managing it. You still paying your mortgage and I'm still making some money.
That's the
easy work.
That is the easiest way. That's the easiest workaround around a mortgage wrap.
Yeah.
Just offer a sublease. Pure game. Just
sublease.
Say, hey man, do you mind if I sublease this? You get $500 a month. Offer 5 benefits.
Yeah.
You ain't got to worry about tenants. You ain't got to do no repairs.
Most definitely.
You get the same amount of rent.
Y'all need help, and a lot of people be like this. Because I noticed this though too. When people,
give me
when they be like, "Where do you get the paperwork for that? How do you line that up? How do you structure that?"
You talking about people or sellers?
The people that wanted to actually do like a sublease. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so tell people like
where do you get the paperwork?
Because I had somebody, this is no lie, I had one of my friends literally tried to write this thing out from top to bottom with a pen and then go type it.
Oh man, God bless you.
Take you forever though.
No man, you do know you could just hit Google and be like sublease and then get you the easiest one to read.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't come in there what I call the realtor paperwork. 7 pages. I'm like, why do you need all of this?
Man, it's CRMs everywhere, man, to get the paperwork.
You don't need all of that.
Yeah, exactly, man. And they put all the contingencies in there for you, though.
Yep.
It take all the thinking out of it for you.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? To keep you and your seller safe.
Yep. So what I say is when I'm doing a sublease, I literally combine a purchase agreement with a lease.
Okay.
Sandwich it.
Easy work.
Easy.
You in the sandwich, you right in the middle.
Yep, you right there. I mean? I'm sandwiching the sublease paperwork with my purchase agreement with the lease option on the tail.
Exactly. Though.
So I'm like, hey, dude, I got the option to do what I want to do here. That's page 1. We got the purchase agreement, which protects me contingencies and inspection.
Exactly. Though.
And I got the lease.
And you got the lease. When you collect that rent, go straight to your, because I know that was another question when I was like, I'm like, so how would I get them their money per month though? You know what I mean? It's so easy. All you do is get their account number. You can go right to their bank and drop it off. It'll be to them in 20 seconds.
That's the real play. The thing is, you just never want to have a conversation that you're saying, I want to assume your mortgage. What he said is okay.
Yeah.
It's just like paying rent. I'm like, okay, he gave me the account. I'm paying him his rent to his mortgage company.
Exactly.
That is clear as day.
It's clear as day.
So don't you get yourself in no trouble.
And it builds a receipt for you and him. Like, look, it's showing proof
right here
that you received your money. It's showing proof that I paid you the money. You know what I mean?
Yep. And then you both agree to check it on the first.
Right.
Done.
Don't be out here cash apping people.
No, trust me. Because if you cash
receipt,
app, what if he don't pay?
Yeah, exactly. Though.
That's a major concern with like land contracts.
Yeah,
people go to court over that a lot.
Yeah, because it's no history of the transaction though. With a bank, they keep it there.
That's the only thing I love with the banks. I remember like when Chris brought me that bag. I'm like, hey man, I'm not a brown paper bag guy. Because if I don't put this in the bank, they're gonna be like, where's your money at? What's going on?
Man, I remember that play too. We had like 15 racks of straight cash.
I was like, what have I gotten myself into?
Ross said, got a check for us? I said, no.
He was like,
straight racks.
Here's some guap.
Go right around the corner. They accounted up for you though. They accounted put like, through that money counted up.
I love this, man. I hope you guys learned some major jewels today. And also, go ahead. You about to say something, Chris?
Oh, no.
Go ahead. Hopefully you guys learned some major jewels. If you want to learn how to actually get credit and funding, hit me up or Chris and Chris Keller. And mine is Ron Call. Shoot me a PM on Facebook. And we'll literally set, because you have to, most people need to get credit repair first.
Yeah.
You need credit repair and trade lines.
When you're ready for credit repair, just give us a call though. We can put you in with the right people. We just joined a company though that does this for credit repair.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? M3 Marcel, shout out to my guy. And we putting on for everybody in the city, man. We want everybody we want everybody to have good credit. We want everybody.
Now you got a reason to get good credit.
Exactly.
Other than someone lecturing you on how bad your credit is. You're like, okay, whatever, man.
Like, just go buy you a house with this credit now.
Exactly. Do whatever you want.
Financial freedom is the goal.
Financial freedom. And if I don't want you guys thinking, hey, I'm about to quit my job, go be an entrepreneur. Keep working that job, man.
Yeah.
Because you need some safety.
W-2s, utilize that 401k.
Yep.
Utilize it.
And also, me and Chris are still offering $500 to $1,000 for any properties you guys got in the community. Grandma want to sell her house. We'll definitely make sure you get a cut of that. And it's like you get to learn the game for free.
Free, and it's easy money, man.
Yep, easy money. And anybody that wants mentorship or coaching, hit me up. We literally have built multiple programs, and we have like bi-weekly Zooms.
We growing crazy.
Crazy. Like you get access to me and Chris if you ever want to like talk about something. You got us.
We'll walk the property with you. Come on, now.
Yes,
let's get it.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
Let's get it.
In and outs.
In and out. So if you want to add one more jewel on the seller financing, zero credit down, I'm gonna let you do a jewel and I'll do a jewel. We'll call it.
Okay. So the jewel on seller financing, I think the best thing is that you can overhead from the rent cost though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a major play.
Like make sure that, and I learned this from my mentor a while back, like make sure you can at least it got to be at least like $200 to $300 that you can add on to the rent after you make your repair.
Absolutely, because $100 is not enough.
Because it ain't worth the $100 spread though. You know what I'm saying? So
you want to get $350 minimum.
$3 to $350 minimum. You know, if you is gonna go into that, seller's finance, make sure you can make at least $350 or more.
Facts. Or make sure you have like a 10K spread play on the back end with the seller lease.
Though. Yeah. Don't be playing with yourself. $2,000.
No, that $2,000 game and it's not worth it.
No.
But don't get me twisted. I'm grateful for every dime we make.
Yeah.
It's not. You don't want to be tying up someone else's property over $2,000.
Yeah, not over two though.
Yeah, it's not. That's not good service.
Worth the juice.
Exactly.
Know what I mean?
And you always want to have a service mentality. Like my life changed when I realized I'm like, okay, I'm not getting what I want because I'm not giving enough and I'm not serving enough.
Yeah. Yep, and that's big though for the mindset too.
Yeah,
man.
It changed my life, and I'm like, wake up, try to have gratitude in the morning when I wake up.
Yeah, how can I help you?
How can I help you?
Yeah,
and then make sure you're helping people that are reciprocal, because some people just use you up.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah,
you know what I mean. I try to only work with people that provide value, so I can provide value to them. Like, hey, how can I help Chris grow?
It's mutual.
It's got to be mutual, man. I'm like, I love Chris like a brother.
I love your ass to the death.
I'm like, what can I do to add?
Going too.
Man, you should see our inbox, man. It'd be like deals and deals left and right. And like, hey, you got a buyer. Hey, man, even if I don't eat on this, can you lay it up and win?
Exactly, though. Just
that synergy is so next level, man.
Can't lose, bro. We never do.
Can't lose, man. Can't lose.
Can't lose.
So,
that's what you for.
Yeah. Oh, my last Jew before we wrap this up for seller financing. Run the play. Get your credit repair fix. If you get your credit repair fix, the world is yours.
The
world is yours.
Big Jew right there.
Big facts. The world is yours.
What kind of score are they going for, though?
Well, with this situation, if you didn't have any trade lines, you probably be like a 650 if you paid. If you got all your credit together, you opened up a Capital One, probably about 640, 620. They kind of keep you in that little range. Yeah. But if you get you a couple trade lines, work with me and Chris and Marcellus, get you some trade lines, you get to like about 687. Because 700, we ain't even talk about the business credit play. I'm going to run that next time.
Next show, we got y'all.
Next show, because I'm going to lace the heck out of that one. So literally, the play, we're just working on the personal side.
Yeah.
Because the benefit of the business credit is it don't come up on your utilization. Like you clean. It's like you could have 50 bands invisible.
Personal. It's business. Not on your name.
Listen, this is not personal. It's business. So that's my jewel, man. Get with me and Chris. Get the credit fixed ASAP. Hook you up with some trade lines and let's take over.
Yes, sir. Let's do it, man.
All right, man. That's podcast The Jewels number 3, baby.
Number 3, baby. Catch me on Facebook, Chris Keller.
Yep.
Catch me on Instagram, Chris_Provision.
He just lacing them. Catch me on Chris Keller TikTok.
Catch me.
Catch me on Chris Keller this.
Hey, TikTok started. We gonna get there though. Where can they catch my boy Ron Cole?
Ooh, man, I'm all over the place now. You can catch me on Facebook, Ron Call. You can catch me on my private Facebook group where I do all my mentorships. Another one. Literally wholesaling Houses Unlimited. I know everybody's obsessed with wholesaling, but the jewels I give you, you can literally find. I say you can make money off a house 5 different ways with me. So there's no reason for you not to get it.
IG, what's the name?
Oh, the IG, 7-figure investor.
Yeah.
Fire. You know what I mean? Fire.
Y'all tune in.
That, and then TikTok is just Ronald Call, and then my YouTube page is Ronald Call too. So we're going to be uploading a lot of stuff. I'll upload a lot of tips on there right now. So just want to serve you guys and add as much value as possible.
Let's get it.
All right, guys. Love you all. Peace.
Knock that out. Peace.
I was like, man, I was on fire with that one. Bruce.
No skips,
these guys are crazy.
Going crazy.
I'm going back in my room. I'm done here.
That was easy work, boy. And that one just flowed so smooth. Flow game.